Every Alarie girl began at the Alarie House. Before she ever appeared in the society pages, before her glamorous travels were chronicled in glossy magazine spreads, before she walked down the aisle in a cathedral-length veil to marry some prince 15th in line for the throne, she studied grace, charm, and etiquette. And she did so with more dedication than most trust fund boys applied to their university courses. For generations, the third most famous finishing school in the world, it would have been folly and in poor taste to compete with the reputation of the Swiss, had turned out girls whose loveliness was both understated and unforgettable. They were composed but gracious, demure but lively. They laughed at just the correct volume. By instinct, they sat with their chairs exactly the right distance from the table. Not so close as to risk jabbing their dining companions with their elbows, not so far that they had to lean over their plate and ruin their posture. They adorned their hair with precisely the right width of satin ribbon or the right number of summer blossoms, fresh, never faux. Any society girl knew that only harlots attended balls with hair dressed in fabric flowers. At tea, they breezily enjoyed the raspberry jam that never touched their white chiffon dresses. At evening dances, they ate madeleines covered in snow drifts of powdered sugar without ever marring their black velvet gowns. They learned these enchanted graces at a sprawling white stucco house, roofed with curving ceramic tiles that resembled a waving copper sea when the sun struck them. Many daughters dreamed of enrolling there as they turned the pages of magazines featuring Alarie girls' engagement soirees and philanthropic galas. Future debutantes feigned boredom at the very prospect of finishing school, while secretly hoping that they would be summoned to none other than the Alarie House. Distinguished families called in favors to secure their daughters' admission. There were no applications. Direct inquiries were so vulgar as to warrant disqualification. The campus was walled and hidden behind flanks of cypress trees, tall and richly green, and there was no path in except to know the right people, who knew the right people, who could tactfully recommend a name. The Soler sisters had a grandmother who knew just enough of the right people.